Evil Dead Burn is great. I lived. Hi, everybody. I had to start it that way. I'm sorry, but that was great. It wasn't perfect, but it is my new favorite in the franchise. I saw Evil Dead Burn today, and wowee mama. Let's get into this thing, guys, but before we do, if you guys would like to help me out, then why don't you go ahead and consider subscribing to the channel. Then if you like what you see, hit like and share the video to your friends, your family, your social media, everything else. And don't forget to comment, leave your thoughts. Please be kind down there. Thank you very much. Because I would love to make money off my YouTube. For me to be able to make better content that is more high budget. Anyways, with that out of the way, Evil Dead Burn. Oh, yeah. We are just gonna get right into this. So, it was 1 hour and 50-ish minutes long. There's a mid-credit and a post-credit sequence. We'll get into those in a bit. Now, the main story was... It was just a whole bunch of chaos all the way through. And how the girl married into a family that is related to one of the members of the cult that did the recordings dealing with the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. What a fun story. Quick note. Skip it if you like dogs like I like cats. Because you will walk away in disgust. However, in trade, if you can at least tolerate it, we get introduced to a deadite dog. That is not a joke. That is a real thing. A deadite dog. It did kind of break the rules of deadite execution, but it was just psychotic, bloody, violent, visceral, disgusting fun for 2 hours. And then before the title card comes up, there's this thing with these two buddies that went fishing. And as is per usual Evil Dead, they end up dead. I'm walking back to Bangor, by the way. I took a break from my dinner to do this for you guys, because I promised you I would. Check out the YouTube short if you haven't already. After the video, anyways. But you get to learn more and more about what led to the girl's husband's death and the family ties, and there is a surprise in the post-credit sequence, which I will not spoil for you. You have to watch it for yourself. But all I'll say is you have to watch Evil Dead Rise before you watch Burn. You will be rewarded for doing so. Now, I left that theater laughing with joy, because now I see I continue to see a bright future for Evil Dead, one of the most respected names in horror. But this ain't a 10, I'm afraid, friends. There was a part or two that seemed to drag for my taste. Just went on too long, like slightly too long, or was a bit too dry. And then the whole thing that led to the Deadite dog unveiling, they should have just implied it. It is gonna alienate dog lovers. It really is. And the cool thing is they started injecting humor again. But it wasn't like over the top like the classic series became. It was sprinkled in, like putting sprinkles on top of a nice black raspberry ice cream. And it worked so good. Now, it does touch upon subjects as well that are rather touchy and pretty triggering. So it asks a few things of you when you drop your $10 to get in. However, if you can get past that stuff and you are a fan of Evil Dead, you are going to have a fun 2 hours. It's just that simple. I mean, I will say I was taking notes while I watched the movie. And there was a few times I put, like for instance, normal Deadite stuff ensues. So it can be a bit predictable, but the thing with it being predictable doesn't necessarily mean the predictability is bad, because we dedicate 2 hours of our day to watch Evil Dead for the violence, the chaos, and the insanity. And Evil Dead Burn delivers on that. Just remember, it does have a bit of a razor blade edge. Oh, and here's something I never thought I'd talk about. It has a licensed soundtrack for once. And the song I heard, even though I wish they would have made and licensed an English version, I like the song that I heard. I think it's a soundtrack EP, though I would, yet again, like Smile 2. I wish it was a full soundtrack album. But, on the whole, as a whole, overall, it is just another example of why Evil Dead Sam Raimi's creation is one of the best names in horror. 8.5 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is the end of the review. Again, if you could, one more time on your way out the door if you haven't yet, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am on social media. Basically everywhere that matters. Don't forget to check out the YouTube short because I want to see how well the YouTube shorts perform. And that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye, guys.